Hey guys, what's up? This is gonna be one of my first videos in my new room slash new house slash new living situation. So I'm super excited and I can do a lot more stuff more freely and get more work done. So I'm very excited and I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get into the sketchbook and show you guys what I've done so far. It's actually pretty finished. There's about 6 pages I haven't drawn in, but I doubt I'm gonna ever go back to it. So, you know, I usually make my sketchbooks and I use like a Monopoly board. And I actually started this January 17th. And I didn't mark when I end the date, but that's when I started it. Because I always wanted to mark when I started so I know when, you know, you look back and you can see, oh, this is from this to this, and you can see like your improvements and such and such. And usually I usually always do like a little self-portrait on the first page because I never really know what to draw. And I always think like just draw yourself like how you look at the time. So that's what I did. And what I really like about the cardstock paper is that it could take a lot of different medias like watercolors, acrylic, and a whole bunch of stuff. So you could like explore a whole bunch of stuff if you wanted to. I usually just stick to watercolors and markers because I'm basic and I can't be bothered. And I think this sketchbook I was just playing around with colors and I really felt like I felt like I had more control and better understanding of color with this sketchbook, and it doesn't really show right now, but later on you'll see some more colors. Like this one, I use Crayola markers for it, and just you know, lights and darks, exploring the shadows, such, and just getting more familiar with character designs and expressions. I really love this page because first of all, I love the skulls and I just love all the angles and perspectives. And that's my notifications. And I just love, especially this one, I just love the way his head's turning and you can see the star in his eyes and it just looks pretty cool. I really like that. And this was when I was prepping to do Meet the Artist, if you saw that YouTube video. And I was just trying to get different poses that would make just basic poses that look natural, like, you know, if you're just standing and just, you know, you're in like a character slot and somebody's like looking at the character and they're trying to figure out what that character does, it like has a description, stuff like that, just like basic poses. And more I can't even talk, but these were doodles. I really can't talk. I doodled these when I was with my grandmother at her last moments of life, which, you know, sucks because, you know, I didn't really visit her as much as I should have. And I mean, I'm glad to see her like the last couple of days, but, you know, it just sucks. And, you know, like anybody, if you have like your relatives and all that, you know, make sure to see your family because you never know when it's time, so just keep that in mind. And more color studies. I really like this page. It's very cartoony and anime-ish, and I love all the backgrounds and stuff. And, you know, I always draw my 2 favorite characters. You can never miss them there in every sketchbook, like, for real. And more character studies with facial expressions, and I'm trying like different angles and different lights and values just with like the faces, just to see like what pops, what looks interesting. And then I kind of started to just do like this fancy little swirly handwriting because sometimes when I don't know what to draw, I just write stuff and these pop out somehow. So I just like write stuff all the time when I don't feel like I know what to draw or I need ideas. So more character studies and just nothing really special, just loose drawings that kind of give me ideas of how I'm gonna have some characters look and what oh my god, I can't talk, what and what not to do for each character. But like these are for like stuff that's not even ready, but I just like to draw them because they're always in my head, and I just like to visualize how I'm gonna be able to draw them for the future and stuff, because if I mean I could imagine the characters, but I have to be able to draw them too. More character studies, nothing really special. I just use some Sharpies for this, and like I said, when I don't know what to draw, I just do like fancy swirly handwriting. So these were at work, and usually like some days at work it's not as busy, so I could just go in the office and hide away from everybody until like I get work to do. So I just kind of just doodle and stuff while I'm at work sometimes, and it's good because I want to be able to draw stuff and be artistic every day, even if it's just like a doodle, and that helps a lot. So yeah. These are also at work. I do a lot of stuff at work when I don't have anything to do. It's like, this is just proof of itself. This is all Crayola markers, and I just love the way everything blends out from the lights to darks. And the markers, there's some value when you mix the colors. You can get some really good values, and it's not like for cheap markers. They're good for sketchbooks. Like if you want to just have a whole bunch of colors in your sketchbook and you don't like to bleed out because of Sharpies and stuff, you got Crayola markers. They don't cost an arm and a leg, and they're good for figure studies and a whole bunch of practices. So, you know. More character designs for a story I want to work on right now, but I am super lazy, so it's not in the works, and I hate myself for that. But I will try. And this is a character study for something really old, but I don't know what it is. So, and then I had some brush pens for this one, and I don't know, I was just trying to like revive my brush pen, and every time I do that, the ink comes out really gray and not black at all. Like, everything is just like light. This one's a little dark, but I like the brush pen when the ink is really black. And these are also more Crayola colors. I just like the contrast between colors for them, and it's just good practice, and it doesn't really bleed through or anything, just because they're water based. So you have, it's not a hassle on a sketchbook. And just drawing and stuff. I tried to do like a super-ish cartoony style, but a little bit like an anime style with it as well, and this is how it came out. Crappy brush pen doodles because I didn't know what to draw. So, and see, like I think I was at work when I drew this. I don't know, just bored and just trying to draw different scenes and stuff, like just drawing different things just to you know, broaden your horizon art-wise. I don't know. And I think this is kind of around the time where I started to do more watercolors in my sketchbook, and there's gonna be a lot. And I still draw some tiny houses. I want to build a tiny house one day and live in one. Maybe within 10 years or something, when I have some money, or 5 years. But I would love to live in one. I just think it's super awesome, and it's such a breakaway, and just such a way to just live within yourself and not struggle to pay like mortgages and all that, and you can just live out in like the open and stuff. It's kind of, I kind of like the way some of these people live their lives like this, but you know, we'll see. And just these are just all watercolors. I was trying to do some figure studies, and I colored some stuff with watercolors, and just like anything I really do, I try to put some colors into it. Like these, I wasn't like too impressed with them, but I just thought some colors would make them have a little more character. And then this is, I don't really know who these, I just draw random girls sometimes, and it was, I mean, I like them, they're fun. It's fun to draw, fun to color, but I don't think it was anything special. And this is another character that I don't have a name for, but could use for a story or something, I don't know. And another character, I do know this, I draw this character a lot, but I didn't really draw him in the way that I usually do. I was trying to just switch it up and give different colors and stuff and different lights and values. And then just the same thing, these are for a more current story that I'm working on. Or it's in my head, but I'm still working on it. And I was just randomly doodling, and then this character I was inspired by kind of Jeepers Creepers-ish, scary movie-ish type villain, because I just love Jeepers Creepers, and I can't wait for the new one to come out. It's such an interesting story, and it's super scary, and I just love the character. It's just so dark and evil, and like you're just like, where did he come from? Like, what is it? Like, you don't know what it is, but it's just intriguing, and like a cartoony style character that looks like Panty from Panty Stocking. So, and then I saw a trailer for this movie called Mermaid, and they had like abnormally long tails for, you know, mermaids that people usually draw, but like I thought it was super interesting that their tails was like Loch Ness Monster length and stuff like that. Thoughtless doodles that I don't really know. Like this, I was trying to draw like a water lady, and then I was trying to draw myself. So I don't, like, sometimes you just gotta draw and just doodle away, and then you'll get ideas. And just working on like character faces and more expressions, basically, because it's more, what's that word? I don't know, I can't even think. It's just better when you have like a versatile just library in your head of like different poses and stuff, and like different facial expressions that a character could make, or you know, just like different looks that you know that you have in your head and that you can draw. So another self-portrait, and this was so meh. Like I wrote, I was like, this is meh, I hate it. These are at work. Again, like when I'm at work, I just doodle away my life because sometimes there's nothing to do and I can't go until the day's over, so I just draw. And with these, I am actually working on a mural in my bedroom, and I was just doodling out ideas for how I want it to look and what and where things will go on the wall. The wall's very busy. It has like a window, like there's a shelf, a heater, but you know, I'm still gonna make it work because, you know, I don't really have, like, the whole room is kind of like angled weird, but I'm just trying to work with like what I got, and then I just wrote a whole bunch of stuff of things that I like. So, you know, when I walk in, it's like a mural of things that I enjoy to look at and stuff like that. So, there. Another water lady, and then I try to draw some sushi. I don't know why. And more ladies and stuff, I guess. And then some random food drawings, like this was, I think my creativity, I can't talk, my creativity burnt out, and I was just at the end of the road. And this is another character. This is actually this character. This is actually this character, and That's just in like a more a more realistic version of how I would draw the character in like the comics and stuff. And just random sketches because I completely ran out of ideas, and like I didn't even know. I was just like making up characters as I go. I didn't even, like, nothing really had a purpose except for practice. And then this one is the last page in the sketchbook. And this is actually one of my favorite pages because it's like the characters I have for a main story. And these two are obviously the same characters from before. And I drew him a little bit, but these are basically like the main group of characters that I have for a story. And it's not even near completion or anything. Like, I don't really write stories down, I just remember it in my head. But this is kind of like something I've had in my head since like middle school and stuff like that. So I think when I get up to like a level that I'm happy with, and when I'm making comics more regularly, I'll start to work on this story. But you know, it's always good to visualize the characters and see how they're gonna look and interact with each other, because you know, it's like you can always picture in your head, but can you put it on paper and can you be satisfied with it? So that's just kind of like what I'm working on right now. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I really appreciate the views, and I have more videos to come, so no worries. I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff, and I sound super nervous right now, but I'm really excited because this is just such a new part of my life and just a new change. And I'm gonna definitely have more videos coming out. Like, I've been really busy like the last couple of weeks with a whole bunch of like